Hello everyone, or no one. Welcome to Delo Gaming. I'm a bad gamer and I played Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. And I found this. I am living in Vincent van Gogh's universe.
Quiet. Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've...
She's getting They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness.
Who's talking? Am I? Or you? Are we?
Focus. You will find it. Look towards the gate.
Are you seeing things that only make sense to you?
He's already done. You coming.
Are you struggling with geometry? Then this game will help you learn some geometry.
Okay, I don't really feel like trying to be funny or try to make some sarcastic thing out of this game, honestly. Because this game touches into mental illness. And I don't think that's something to make fun of. So hello and welcome to Delo Gaming and the Bad Gamer's Perspective. So I played Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. And what is this game about? Well, it's about the main character's journey to hell, basically. To redeem some loved one's soul. The game is set in Norse mythology, with names like Helheim and Hela being familiar names if you're into that mythology. In the game you follow the journey of the main character, Senua, a journey towards Helheim and Hela, which is an interesting journey as the main character, Senua, suffers from mental illnesses. The game is mainly focused on the story, and it's a story-driven game. There are some elements of combat in the game, but it's not the focus of the game, and it's very basic. You got a light attack, and you got a heavy attack, and you can parry and dodge incoming attacks from the enemies. And you also have this thing called focus, that you can use periodically, that slows down time, so you can kick some ass for a very short period of time. The game also involves solving puzzles. You have to solve these puzzles in order to progress the map.
And you'll see that it has worked.
The developers of the game did a fair bit of research by talking with professionals on mental illnesses and talk with institutions that deal with them. And then they tried to figure out ways to incorporate this into the main character and into the game. And I think they've done that quite well. So if you know someone that suffers from mental illnesses, you can recognize elements of that in the game. And that left an impression on me at least. And the way this is mainly shown in the game is through voices, whispers, hallucinations, delusions, and stuff like that. As I already mentioned, the game is about the story. I really like the way the story is being told. There is elements of combat, sometimes, which I'm glad is there. It breaks up the game a little bit, with some boss fights and some fight sequences. I also like how the voices sometimes helps you in combat.
Careful. Watch out. Behind you.
And that they are not only just bad voices. I also enjoyed the puzzle solving part. The main puzzles that you have to solve is geometry based. where you are seeing meaning in things that doesn't really mean anything. They were a bit annoying in the beginning, but when you understood how they work, your brain started to look for them in the game and then made them easier to solve. Another type of puzzles in the game are, I would call them illusions puzzles. I really like them, as those fits really well into the theme of the game, with illusions issue with what's real and what's not real. Like this example, when I look outside the portal, I can't see a bridge. But when I look through the portal, I can see a bridge. So if I go through the portal, I can now use this bridge and cross it. But if I go back through the portal again, the bridge disappears. I thought these puzzles were really clever, where you manipulate these illusions in order to progress the map. The game is leaning towards trying to be a scary, terrifying atmosphere. It's not jump scary, but trying to create this scary, intense atmosphere. That's really not my kind of jam. I like some parts of it where things can feel a little bit intense. I prefer intense over scary, and by intense I mean giving your glutes a little bit of exercise. There are a couple of places that I felt they did that quite well. One was when you're in this maze inside a barn where a monster is chasing you. And I also thought the parts where this big bad wolf are chasing you in the dark areas were also quite well done.
A great beast guards Helheim.
When I play a game, I do it for recreation and entertainment. As a game, I don't think this game ticks all the boxes for me, but as an experience by playing it, it's amazing. It's also a very short game, between 7 and 8 hours to complete. The reason for the Vincent van Gogh reference in the beginning is that he was a painter that suffered from mental illnesses. I personally am not interested in art, but when I see a beautiful painting or a painting done really well, I recognize it. I don't see the high value of it depending on who made it. And it's kind of the same bits of feeling I have about the game. As the game is leaning towards trying to create this scary or terrifying atmosphere, or at least sometimes, and that's not really for me, but I do recognize the game to be a masterpiece of what it is. Can't really put my finger on it, but it's really good at being what it is. The game certainly left an impression on my mind. It's not a game I want to play again and again. I feel like it's a game you play once, and then you're done with it, but I'm really glad I played it once. And it also made me absolutely open to play the sequel at a later point in time. As I said, I did enjoy the story. I did enjoy the puzzles. I'm glad for the experience I had playing through the game. I'm really glad it's not a longer game, because then I think I would go insane myself from the voices and all those things that's going on. This game is also available in VR. I have no idea how this is on VR. I can't do VR, because then it will be a lot of stick all over the floor around me. If I were to rate the game, I would do it in two ways. The first way of rating a game would be based on the reasons I play games. I play games for relaxation, recreation, and entertainment. Based on those factors, I would give the game a 3 out of 6, maybe a 2.5 out of 6, somewhere that area. And the reason I say that is because I don't feel like this is the game you jump into if you had a bad day at work, or you just want some entertainment, or you just want to relax a little bit. For me personally, this was not that type of a game, so it would never be my go-to game if I want to have some fun or I need some relaxation. But I would also rate the game on the experience you had when playing the game, the emotional value, stuff like that. I would rate that much higher. I would give that like a 5 out of 6 because the game related a little bit to me. I'm not sure I would rate it that highly if I had played a lot more of these story-driven games. I haven't really played a lot of those games, so my reference point is very little. So maybe there are more and better story-driven games out there, but for me, as like a first time playing a story-driven game, this one related a little bit to me, and I thought it was pretty good. So based on those two components, I'd end up with like a 4.5 out of 6 as an overall score. But I do feel like this is a game like you like it or you really don't. So internet, it's finally time for me to leave you, and I bid you farewell.